I'm Georgina Vijayvardhana with another episode of Founder Business. Today we came across this place where a person has taken a passion and make a living out of that passion. And it's not always that you find stories like this. And this venture that we are going to talk about today has answered 3 questions. It has brought women empowerment, racing culture and detailing all together at one place. This is the Pink Yard, and let's go find out the origin stories of the Green Yard. Let me warmly welcome my friends Kavinda and Jeevan to the show. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so the first question goes to Kavinda. What made you get into this industry, and what's the origin story of this whole place?
Right, thank you. So this was started, I would say, many years ago.
Many years ago.
Right. As a business, we started in 2018, but actually the story goes beyond that. Vehicles, the detailing, how to maintain vehicles, it was our passion. So we love our cars and we did it at home. We started, doing it by our own. We went and purchased few machines by our own. We were studying that, and that's how we started. With my brother-in-law, that's how we started. And 2018 we formed the company, and by then, that time we wanted to bring a name that you could resonate with and you could keep that in your mind.
Yeah.
Nothing related to auto, but actually something that you could keep that in mind, nimble. So that's why we brought the pink. Pink, there is a synonym for that. That is not only the color, there is a perfection attached to it. That's why we named the slogan as passion for perfection.
Ooh.
So that's what we always try to do.
That's very pretty, actually. Very nice. I didn't know that one.
Right.
Passion for perfection.
Yes.
That's very nice. Okay.
Yes.
So, out of the track question. So, were you married by then, because you kept on saying brother-in-law?
Yes. By that time, yes, I'm married, but I started few ventures ago, even before I got married. But those ventures didn't fly as first stage, generation
trial
business.
and error.
Trial and error. Yes. That's the learning, right? Then we had a vision. We looked at the market. We identified there is a gap. Actually, there are some places by that time also. But when you look at the international market, there is a huge gap. How they do detailing, how they do it very systematically, they know theoretically, knowledge-wise, they are very improved.
Yeah.
Their techniques are very advanced than us. So we followed that. We slowly developed that. Actually, we never thought that it will come to this far.
It's huge
Yes.
thing now. It's called the Pink Green Yard is there. The
Yes.
Pink Auto Shop at Corte is there.
Yes.
But okay, so let me ask you a simple question. But it can be a simple question for you, but it's a very huge question for me and for those who are watching the show as well. So tell me, what exactly is this detailing?
Yes, detailing is a separate topic where it is all about how you maintain the vehicle, how you aesthetically groom your vehicle, as well as there's another angle to that is how to protect your investment also. So protection and how you maintain it brings together under the detailing word. So that's what the detailing is in countries like us. Earlier, it was a service industry. Everybody call these sort of centers as service centers,
Yeah.
where they do oil changes, mechanical repairs, the brake repairs, normal running repairs, all of that. Apart from that, they were doing some washing, interior grooming, exterior polishing together. But actually, it's a different industry altogether, where the show car business and where the supercars come into picture and how they maintain their vehicles. So it's a total different industry. So we started Pink Auto Shop with a clear vision that we will never ever step into the oil changing,
Yeah.
mechanical repair, servicing, nothing. Actually, what we focus only how to maintain your vehicle, how to protect your vehicle with a lot of understanding about your how it has been built, the car has been built, what sort of material that they have used at, how you can protect those materials separately.
So this is the first detailing center in Sri Lanka, right? if I can call it that way.
Yes, it's a first and one and only because we concentrate on that only, and we never ever deviate from then to here. We have never been deviate from the main core detailing business. So we focus on detailing only.
So this whole expand thing, what made you intrigued in starting something like this and all that? You have already answered all the questions, but now this question is going for this young fellow here. I can't even call him young, but I'm just going to
If you look at the birth certificate, he's not young.
he's not young. He's not young. So you are a racer at first.
Yeah.
And then you have a performance car, and you are very familiar with the performing cars as well. Then you brought these performing cars into detailing when you joined Pink, and you combined racing and Pink together and made something different, something unique, something that no one else has done in the field, in the industry itself. I mean, this can be something very familiar to international industries and internationally in other countries, but not in Sri Lanka. So how did you bring that into this, and how did you manage the whole Pink thing running up and running?
Right. So I'll start with the word you say, the performance cars. So I started with the performance cars, and I had a passion for them. And when I was young, when I was really
Like
young.
I said, he's not young, but okay.
When I was really young, I mean just 16,
Really young
17.
means like at what age?
When I was a teenager,
Okay.
I had a passion. I had a passion for performance cars anyway from the very beginning. Not just like supercars. I just focused on more sports cars, more modern classics, and all the cars that goes with some passion. Actually, not the supercars like every kid wanted. I wanted something else. So I started with a car, 19 BMW. So I wanted do something different. So BMW is a classic car, but I wanted it very different. So I wanted to go for the performance stuff as well. But before that, I was searching for detailing stuff as well.
So he's a regular customer of
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah, I heard that he used to come
Yeah.
here and get his car
Most
done and all.
finicky and most
Yes.
troublemaker.
So before I came to Pink, I was used to wash my car at home. I was not willing to give it to anyone else. I can't trust anyone. But then I wanted to do detailing perfectly and wanted to know what is detailing actually. So it's a very luxurious thing, even for performance cars, vintage cars, classics, whatever the car. Even for our daily runners, detailing is a very luxurious thing. And I wanted to make them combine the performance and detailing and see what the blend will happen. And it happened. So that's why I guess you know me, and most of the people in the island knows me because of that combination.
So you brought racing into the detailing, and then you created a culture out of that. And whenever we say racing, we know there's somewhere in the corner Pink is there. And whenever we say Pink, rather than just calling it a detailing center, we know that the racers are going to be there. And vintage cars are going to be there. The classic cars, the vintage cars, the modernized cars, everything is about car when it comes to Pink, and you guys managed to pull that off. So that brand itself, you have developed into a certain level that no one has done, and actually within a short time of period. So that must be very nice to know as well.
That's
So-
all because the car and your passion goes together, right? That goes well in hand. Like so, for him or anybody who loves their cars, there should be a place who look after their cars as well as the car belongs to to us. Like it's like you're maintaining your own car. So he was there regularly, and we had a lot of chat about that, and we were talking about detailing and performance and how you maintain your car, all of that. So ultimately, we are here.
You're here. So during this journey, there has to be some sort of failures. Obviously, just like you said that the first few businesses that you start, the ideas went down. It didn't success, and then you ended up with this. So even with this project, you guys must have faced such failures and obstacles. And what sort of major failures that you have faced, and how did you overcome those things?
That's true. As in any other business, we have went through a lot of problems from initially to now. The major problem what I saw and I have to face daily the knowledge and the skill level of the employees, and how to find employees and how to train them to our standard, and how to give them a passion. And it's very, I would say, you can't give them theoretical knowledge only, because passion is something else, right? How you love what you do.
Yeah.
So to build that, I always talk about three things: skills, knowledge, and attitude. Skills you can give, knowledge you can give, but the attitude have to be implanted. So it has to be, created, crafted, all of that. So we had that challenge initially. We couldn't find employees and we couldn't train them properly, all of that. But actually the answer for that, how to overcome that problem, we started an academy by ourselves. So we always source youngsters from different areas of the country, and we get them to the Pink Academy, and we give them a lot of knowledge about what is detailing. Actually, we start from not only detailing, what is a car, what sort of brands are there, how you should look after your car. So likewise, it's a detailing academy, one and only detailing academy in Sri Lanka. And not only that, in Sri Lanka, automotive detailing was never ever recognized as a profession. So you would have heard about mechanical stuff, the painting stuff, all of that. Automotive detailer is not a profession in Sri Lanka. It was not. And actually what we did, we formed that academy and we built the curriculum. And we went to TVEC, that's the government authoritative body to recognize these institutes. And actually we got the NVQ level 4 detailing academy under Pink brand. There is a Pink Academy Private Limited. It's a separate company. So problem was there. We identified that. Actually, we didn't use the shortcuts. We went on the long path. There's another venture called Pink Academy to give support for the details.
And there's a very important part in Pink that no one has ever done in Sri Lanka as well. That is giving a solution and represent women empowerment. So why don't you talk about that as well?
Yes, we are the first to introduce female workers to this industry, and it was a trial and error again. Initially, we had a lot of debates about whether we should go for that or not, but eventually we tried with few girls who loved the industry and they wanted to get themselves trained and all that. But we saw a good part of that. Actually, they were very good in terms of going into details, and they're very the attention to detail level is very high. So we thought of it's a good thing for us to try again, and we are the first to introduce female detailers to Sri Lanka. But it's not a new thing when it comes to the international industry.
Yeah.
A lot of female detailers are there, and it's good, and it's good opportunity for Sri Lankan girls who wants to come and get a very recognized occupation.
Yeah.
And even when they are going abroad, my suggestion for them is not go there as an unskilled labor. You could get the skill done, come to Pink Academy, get that training done. It's an internationally accredited course curriculum. Even when they go to countries like Dubai, Qatar, New Zealand, Australia, wherever, go and fly with the qualification as a professional detailer.
So apart from these detailing, you guys have so many events running around. So this question is for this
Obviously
not
for
so,
him.
yes, not so young guy again. So Jivan, you guys had a vintage rally, a lot of rally, the first ever driving cinema experience, which had ups and downs, but in the end you guys made basically pulled it off as well, very well, and a very successful event as well. And then you have the Pink Fest, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be upcoming events more in the future, in the coming future as well. So let's talk about that.
Yes, regarding the event, it came up with our new center, the green yard, what you are already in. So in this green yard, we had a passion. This is not just for detailing. We can do much more for this industry, and we pull it off with our grand opening as well. On the opening day, we made a kind of a gathering for all the supercars, and we actually wanted few supercars in one center, which is a very exclusive location. This is a very exclusive location. No, we are very tricky with giving that to someone as well for event or something.
You guys had Lamborghinis there on that day. I was there.
Yes, Maserati by the
BMW, the classic BMW. Ooh, that was a sight.
That's
I was so in love with that car.
one and only in Asia.
Yes.
Yes, 350 CSL. So that was the plan, and then we moved into the event section. So we think we just not doing the detailing. We are the professional at that. We are the only detailing center in Sri Lanka. Why can't we do first time in Sri Lanka more and more? So we did. Then I come to the drive-in cinema. So we wanted something else to do in here, and we had a great venue here. So we planned what we can do. What are the events we have? Already we have a huge list of events what we can do. So we came up with the idea that drive-in cinema. It's not have done in Sri Lanka, and it's very famous on all the other countries, USA, UK. You can see classic movies.
Most of the people were familiar with what driving in cinema was, right?
Even when we hosted the event, most people asking, do we have company car? So what is this driving cinema? What's the movie? What we going to show? Where you going to show? Is that a movie theater? So there was huge number of questions. So we made them clarify that this is the driving cinema we show that this is the experience that you're going to do, and we as a Sri Lanka, as a country, we can go ahead with new events. So drive-in cinema is that. So Pink Fest is a kind of a festival rather than all the meetups going on here and there. That's a festival that all the car enthusiasts, vintage car owners, classic car owners, luxury car owners, all the sport car owners, even the sport racers were here with their race cars. For everyone, we host an event, a festival which everyone can enjoy. So there was food, there was beverages, there was cars, there was music. So everything was there. It was a kind of a festival that we wanted to host an event which everyone can enjoy. So that's the big
basically, you guys are having this whole thing of first time in Sri Lanka. So is there's going to be any first time again with something else?
So there's some plans.
Yeah, actually I will explain you the background of how we are coming up with different ideas. Sort of. So we are not like we are a company. Our main company name goes as Finax Holdings Private Limited. Actually, I represent the company as a director, and we have two more directors, and he is present in the CWO position of the company, the group company. So under which we have the Pink Auto Shop Private Limited, the Pink Academy Private Limited, and Lone Wolf Private Limited. That actually Lone Wolf is founded by him. So under the Lone Wolf Private Limited only we have some events arranged, and the first time the marketing, the events, perspectives, where we want to come up with different new ideas, marketing concepts, and all of that. So that is stemming from Lone Wolf Private Limited, where they have solutions, a media company, and they have website company, all of that. It's into IT. So from that, definitely we would be doing more and more first time in Sri Lanka events.
Hopefully I'll be there to check it out as well.
Sure.
Okay, so there's a huge difference between how you guys handle marketing and social media and how others are handling marketing and social media. So this can be a tip for me as well. So what's the difference, and how did you come up with this whole idea of doing this very differently? Don't tell me that it's the first time as well. So just tell me how you managed to be very unique on this system.
Right. Regarding the marketing and social media. So as we told earlier, we are in a holding company. So we do have a Lone Wolf company which is handling media, IT, and all the solutions. So it's a Lone Wolf Solutions company. So within that company, we are serving our own companies as Pink Auto Shop and the Green Yard, and even for the Pink Academy. So I guess you are talking about the Pink Auto Shop and the Green Yard. The strategy is what we are trying and what we are doing. So from Lone Wolf, we are trying to do something else. As much as we are doing at Pink, we are trying to do something else, and we are trying to do something new.
Yeah.
So from Lone Wolf, so the grid patterns, so basically our team researched everything in the country and in the world, what is the newest trending, and we wanted the best for the Pink Auto Shop as well. And for the Green Yard, even we are trying a whole new thing, whole new level, and we are not trying to go into that rat race in the social media marketing. We are not just a social media company which is doing that rat race that you are sponsoring one ad and we are sponsoring another ad. That's not our game. we are into that different level of game. We are trying to focus on our goal, on our sales and our brand awareness. So that's why we are talking about racing. We are talking about vintage cars. We are talking about the every subject which went viral
With a unique.
with a unique
Perspective.
ID. Because of that, the strategies what we change, and it's basically think simple again.
So this time I'm going to ask this question from the not so young guy here. So do you think there's a huge difference between the generational gaps between you guys and the other generation? But I'm not going to tell you that his generation and your generation, because there's no difference between you both at all that much. So what do you see a huge gap difference, and what are the differences that you actually notice?
Right. So generation gap. So I was in the middle actually in this generation gap. So I'm already 25 years old. So I'm in
Not
the-
anymore.
yeah, I'm in the 25 years old. I'm in the early generation. I mean the one before the
Yeah,
latest generation. So I had to go.
Not included into the Gen Z and not included into the millennials in between on the
So
fence.
I'm kind of a between. So but I have to move with all the older
Yeah.
generation. Older generation. So I had my BSc around my 16. So I left the school around 15, and I was working with the BSc on my 16. And the other colleagues that I had was all everyone from all the other
Older
generations.
generation.
Yeah, that was the issue. And even from my first occupation, the second this our entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Even with that, I had to deal with all the other generation. So it's a huge difference, I must say. So I'm in the middle, and I had worked with all the younger generation and the older generation both. So I see so many differences. But I guess it's fun to be in the older generation as well, and it's lucky to be in the younger generation as well. So old generation didn't had this much of information, this much of opportunities, but they had that fun. They had that simple life. So I really like that facts from the older generation, and from the younger generation they do have much opportunities than even
Huge
from
exposure.
even me. Where I was checking into the internet when I was like 12, 13 years old. Now even
Even a 5-year-old can go
5-year-old
Just one click away.
going surfing internet through his tab. Even he got a personal tab for him. I like some of the stuff from younger generation, and I like some of the stuff from older generation. So I'm in the middle, and I guess I blend them all. So that's
So
why I'm
I
here.
can call you a lucky person.
Yeah, maybe yes. I'm kind of lucky, but that's not the word I used to say.
What's the word
So
that you're using then?
so I must say I worked hard for this. So it's not an easy task to work with two generations.
Yes, it's not.
So I work with all the generation, and
The
even
Gen Z,
today,
yes.
even today I'm working with them, and even the guys at MBA, which was very old fellows, but the very.
You do
mature-
know that they're going to check this video
Yeah,
and you
I
call
know,
them
I know.
all,
No,
it's going to
yeah.
be like...
Normally I criticize them like you guys are old now, so you guys are expert now. I even said that even, but they are massively matured people. I learned a lot of them, and with comparing to a guy who is 25 years old with me, I got most of the stuff, the maturity and everything. What I'm talking and every action I'm taking, I'm taken from them.
So what
The
you're
old
saying
generation.
is you have something to learn from every generation, and
Every
it's
generation,
actually
yeah.
better
Even
to...
from the younger generation, I learned a lot. The energy they have, we didn't have that energy. Older generation, they didn't have that energy. The younger generation is way fast, maybe too fast, but they have that energy. So I'm gaining that energy from them, gaining that maturity from older generation. So I'm trying to blend it up and do something to make me lucky.
Do you have any advices for the youngsters? And looking back, if you get a chance to look at yourself and meet your 16-year-old self, what would you be saying to that person? The
Okay.
16-year-old Kaminda, just like the teenage years of Demon.
Right. Okay. 6 years. Do not take it very seriously everything, but only thing, have a clear goal. Try to. I know having a clear goal or setting a clear goal is not very easy. Every day you need to refine it. morning to evening you should have a understanding about what you do. At the end of the day, clear your mind, right? That's the best thing that you should have at your early stages of your life. So whatever you do it with a passion. That's the message that I can give you, everyone. Love everything. People can be worried about thinking about the past, and they could be worried about thinking about the future also. But why you can't stop at the present and have a happy life for a moment?
Live in the moment.
Okay, this question is actually for both of you. What is the biggest achievement you have in your life looking back in time?
Okay, biggest achievement. Right. Big question.
Big question.
Right. So every day we are achieving. So that's the target of us. Like, to be honest with you, starting a company, that's what we all dream of. To build some processes where the company runs standalone, not like an entrepreneur is always should be there with the company. So those are the goals that what we have every day in and out. So we are moving on that journey. That would be the biggest achievement.
As Kevin said, it's a big question. Achievement, it's varied. We do have achievement in daily basis. So what I learned from Kevin is, so he's the one that he said, you asked the question that what you gonna tell for your youngster.
Yes,
so
I
that's
was
what
going to
he's
ask you
telling
that
me.
as well.
That's the same thing he's telling me for his younger soul. What he's telling to me now. So every day you have achievements in my perspective. So every day I have some tasks. So every day I got that achievement feeling. So the biggest achievement, I must say, this was my dream. What you're sitting on. So these sports centers and the level of them, the premiumness, the luxuriness, the every detail in here, not just the detail what we are doing and every detail here. I guess that and the life so far is my biggest achievement.
So that's going to be your biggest achievement in your life, right? So are you calling yourself a happy soul?
Yes, obviously. Every moment I'm trying to be happy. Whatever we face, like if it's ups and downs and all of that, it's part and parcel of the life.
He's a everyday happy guy.
I mean, I can see he's
whatever happens, he's a happy guy.
Yeah. So it's like it's a habit that you always try to focus on. It's like going to the gym every day, making it habit to your day in and out. To be happy, to have a happy life, it's a habit. So for everyone, my suggestion is to try to live life happily.
Okay, so that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Do you have any final words?
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Thank you for having us. Thank you for calling us and giving us this opportunity. So
yeah, thank you, Founder Magazine and Joe, for all your best effort, and thank you for recognizing as business that is upcoming, and thank you for having a word with our crowd too. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much. So that's a wrap from us. This is Georgina Vijayaradhan signing off, and with a promise to come back again with another origin story of the founder business.